Feisty, she threw. That was the first word she threw. Followed by mean. Now I know I am not the only one here that has heard those words. Feisty, mean. These are like the common words that people use to describe black women. She then went on to say that I can't remember, something along the lines of her spending, she's seen that, you know, some of the things that I can say can come across as quite mean. I just want to make this very clear. This woman spent 0 time with me. The conversation this woman had with me was after this all happened, when she gave me a very half-assed apology. Not the words, I'm sorry, but I just want you to know I never meant you no harm. The damage is done, bro. The damage is done. So moving on from there, at that moment, I just remember feeling like my whole world stopped. I just remember feeling like everyone was talking at me and everything was moving around me, but I was just hearing nothing was moving. I went backstage. I was greeted by the wardrobe women and they were crying. My friends that did styling. Shout out to Ricky Finley. Shout out to Laurie Smith. These women, these are white women. They held me up. They held me up. They cried with me. They held me. And every week, my clothes were like, they gave me an extra bit of confidence. We had fun with it. That night, when those allegations and all that fuckery happened, I just remember I was on the coach. I was on my own. And I decided to sit on my own. I just needed time to kind of just breathe, you know. And I just remember thinking of ways. I'm not into that whole crying shit on camera because that ain't my steez. But let me tell you something. I remember thinking of ways to end my own life. You don't even know. I remember thinking of ways I could just end the pain. We arrived back at the mansion, and all I could think about was running away. Just getting out of there. Because to me, everyone in that house was an up. Every one of them were ups. Because enough people stood by and didn't say nothing. Enough people stood by and didn't say a damn thing when they knew it was wrong, when they knew it was lies. So, when it appeared that everyone had kind of gone to sleep or just was out of the way of the front door, I packed myself a bag and I ran. From the mansion to the gates of the mansion. It's like a mile road, which is the path. I remember running, and I remember feeling like rain just slapping up my face. The security at the end of the pathway, I remember just zipping past security with my bag on my back, just running. I ran to the forest. It was dark, pitch black. And all I wanted to do was get away. Then I heard 2 runners shouting, Misha, Misha, Misha. Yo, Misha, 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 please come back. Please come back. In my head, I'm looking at them. And I'm like, yous are just up. Every one of yous are ups. because you stayed silent when you knew what they were doing. You knew everything they was doing was lies. The way they orchestrated everything. So on that day, I remember a few contestants coming up to me saying that this person said this about your performance and that person said that about your performance. And that was my first experience with people being insecure within their own abilities and projecting that insecurity onto me. Saying, oh, she's not that good. The only thing that was good about her performance was the B in her rapping SHIT. And these are other contestants that are on the show. The way I was raised was to always uplift other women. So anybody that was on the show received upliftment from me firsthand. I spoke to my mentor about this. She said, Misha, Kelly Rowland, shout out to Kelly Rowland, escorted the girls out. I'm walking through the corridor, the X Factor corridor, and I see Tulisa talking with the exec producer, and I'm just receiving like a real coldness from everyone. Like no one's looking in my eyes. Everyone's looking past me. They're not looking in my eyes. And at that moment, it's like I felt invisible. So I told Kelly about everything that had happened. So Kelly, as always, she prayed with me. She sat me down. Again, reinforced that, God has got this. Reinforced that God is always in control. And she was just like, take this energy and, allow it to be your adrenaline to your performance. So this is when the performance happened. So I performed. I performed. The performances come to an end. And remember, it doesn't lie. You pick up on bad vibes. I could feel that the Louis was on verbal violence. He was on verbal violence. And you see, the thing is about people that are on verbal violence, that is all they are on. So Louis then said something about me being, you're a confident girl, you're confident. I wonder if you're too overconfident. Let me just make this very clear. These judges spent a maximum of 1% time with me and their contestants. Apart from Gary and Kelly, the rest of them didn't poop on their acts. They didn't poop on their acts. So my understanding is you created this whole narrative of me being overconfident because I'm black. And in your eyes, black girls should not be confident. Black girls are just one of. Oh, you look like a young, Tina Turner, you look like a young Shaka Khan. Why can I not just look like me? Why is it always we have to look like somebody else? Why is there always a comparison for black women? Confident, something that I've heard my whole life. Oh, yeah, you're too confident. Oh, you're too loud. Or you're too... What? I don't know about any of you, but I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. So moving on to Tulisa. Now, if you watch the clip carefully, because I've gone back and I've watched the clip carefully, this woman had every line scripted before she even opened up her mouth. I wasn't fooled. I'm not fooled. I know what it is here. I know exactly what it is here. And you see, back in 2011, they got away with it. It took me a while to understand that crying isn't a weak thing.
Hi guys, so I'm making this video in response to a video Misha B has done, and also a lot of false accusations that I'm seeing online. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact of how Misha feels. I accept that she is entitled to her opinion, and I'm sorry if she feels that that situation was racially motivated. I can only speak from my side of the situation, which I can say it 100% was not. One thing I regret is calling her out publicly the way that I did. If I was the person I am today, who's more emotionally intelligent, who has more life experience, I would have handled it in a very different way. And that I'm truly sorry for.